Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am glad that you could be here today with me or at nighttime, whatever time you're watching. I'm glad that you're here and I have some news. It's confusing news, but I always said I was going to be transparent and I want to be transparent. So maybe you guys can help me figure out what I can make of all this. I have a couple of theories, but I'm not really sure. So before I forget, please stick around because I'd like to tell you after I give you my news what I have planned for Father's Day. I said that I was going to do something for Father's Day. I know it's hard for a lot of men. So I'd like to tell you what I have planned and get your opinion on it. And I think, it's an idea that I had. So please stick around for that. And without further ado, let me tell you my very confusing news. So this happened. This happened about 5 days ago. If you've watched my channel before, you may or may not know that on Mother's Day, that evening, I had a weakened moment. I just reached out to my son and texted him, "How are you?" That was it. Well, Mother's Day was quite a while ago, but I got a response from him about 5 days ago. And he said, "I'm good. How are you? Do you still crochet?" Do I still crochet? I used to crochet quite a bit. I haven't done it in quite a while. I also knit. Haven't done it in quite a while. So I answered back. I'm looking at it like, is this a real text? Like, oh my God, And I didn't even notice he had sent it the day before. This is how I'm not even, looking at my text, not expecting anything back from him. And I said, "No, I'm sorry, my nose is running. I've got to go get a tissue. I'll be right back." Sorry guys, I've got allergies going on. I'm sure a lot of you do too. And my nose just dripping. Anyway, I thought it was a strange text. I mean, you would have thought it was such a casual thing when I haven't gotten any kind of response or communication with him for years, except for when his father passed, which was nasty. And I said back, after a few minutes of composing myself, of course, I answered back, "No, laugh out loud, I haven't done it in a while. I'm not sure if I still know how." I said, "Why do you ask?" So he answers me back, his middle daughter, he said she loves anything knitted, and I thought you could make her blanket. Like, is this random? Is this weird? Is this strange? Yeah, I think so. I said, "Well, I remember how to knit because I used to knit as a child." That is up here, like in stone. The crocheting, well, I have looked it up. So what did I do? I ran to Walmart, and yes, I'm starting a blanket for her. Now, before you go nuts, I know what you're thinking. I know, believe me. I think I know. He's using me for this. And I truly believe they're separated now. They're not together. I saw a couple things, even though we're not friends on Facebook. He had unfriended me a long time ago. I have seen a few things. So, okay, they're separated. So he doesn't, I've said a lot of things about him from my standpoint, but he does seem to be a good dad. I know he loves his kids, So am I doing it for him or am I doing it for her? I don't know. She doesn't know me. But isn't she still my granddaughter? So, right or wrong, I'm starting this blanket. Now, another funny thing, kind of funny, that happened was I had done what I'm doing from my blanket. Not that anybody really cares. I'm going to do squares because I'm not the best knitter or crocheter. It's not like I'm a whiz at this stuff. I'm not. And like I said, I haven't done it in a long time. So I thought I would do it in squares and then sew it together. I thought that's my best bet to get it look like a blanket or a throw instead of it looking like a map of the United States. Because when I do these kind of things, I tend not to do them straight. I'm not good at counting stitches. So what I had done a square and I sent him a picture of it just to let him know that I had started it. And he replied, "Oh, that's great. She's gonna love it. You're done? That was real quick." And I text back, "No, it's just a square. It's only about 10 inches long." And he texts back, "Oh, I thought it was done." I said, "No, it's going to take me a while." So this is my fear. I'm going to get this blanket done, and he's going to say, "Oh, I don't need it. Now I don't need it. I already bought her something or had somebody else make it." Or, oh, that sounds me being pessimistic, but he has hurt me like that in the past. Which is why you probably ask, why am I doing this blanket? And I don't really have an answer, because this like, it's not a reconciliation. So I don't know. I know this is kind of a rambling kind of video, and I'm sorry. I just don't know what to make of any of this. But I will let you know. I will keep you posted. My guesstimation is this blanket's going to take me at least a month. You know, I can't just whip it up unless I buy her something. But I always think something handmade and is a nicer thing. I mean, like I bought this on Temu. You know, it's a throw that you can buy anywhere nowadays. And, you know, I'm making her something, but it's going to take time, you know. So please let me know in the comments what you think. Please be kind. Please don't call me, you know, even if you're thinking it, please don't call me stupid, or try to be kind. We're all adults here. We should all be adults here. Please don't, you know, insult me. I feel strange enough right now, off kilter. I'm doing the best I can. So it was interesting though. I did get a while ago, I got a comment. I love reading all your comments. I got a comment from a woman who, she said, "Your story sounds a lot like mine. When my son met his future wife, he cut all contact off with me and my husband. And we did nothing but give him a good life his whole life. And we haven't heard anything in like 10 years. I forget how many years, it might have been 15 years, 10 years, whatever. The length of the marriage, actually." She said, "My son has recently gotten divorced from her, and he started calling, and he starts coming around like nothing ever happened." And she said, "While we're happy to have him back in our lives, her and her husband," she said, "what would stop him from doing this again?" There's no apology, there's no nothing. So, you know, my heart goes out to them. It's a strange phenomenon, right? So a part of me is thinking, is this what this is? You know, he's not with her now, so now it's safe to contact me. But I mean, it's hardly, like I said, I'm not going to call it a reconciliation. You know, when the blanket is done, I'm going to have to say, so where do I send this? You know, I don't believe he's living in that town anymore, where their house is. He's living somewhere else, another town. So, and how I know that, you know, I found that out on Facebook. People talk, boy. I didn't ask any questions. People just, But anyway, he will have to give me his address. I don't want to send this to the house because the woman, she doesn't like me, and I don't even know if she would give it to her daughter. So, I'm not going to mail something to a small child anyway. So, I want to send it to him. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know what else to say except to be continued, right? To be continued. So that is what I wanted to tell you today. I wanted to keep you updated. We all have to stick together here in this strange situation. Is he using me? I think partly yes, he is. He's not seeing his children every day like he's used to. I know that's hard for a lot of fathers. We all talk about the mothers, but I believe it's just as hard for the fathers. He was a very hands-on father, very, very involved in their life, in all their lives. So I know that's hard, and he wants to give her something that she's going to love. So yes, I'm doing it for him. I'm doing it for her too. So I guess my answer is I'm doing it for both of them. So, and it gives me something else to do, which is a good thing. I just want to say that I started this channel right before Mother's Day. And we are all already upon Father's Day. What I'm thinking of doing is a live video on the weekend of Father's Day. I've never done a live before on either channel. I know there's a lot of men out there that are dealing with estrangement. I knew that from being on my Facebook page, that there are many men that are estranged from their children as well. So, I thought maybe we could do a live, maybe for an hour. It could go over an hour if depending on who shows up. What I'd like to know during the live is what you're planning on doing for Father's Day. If you're planning on staying busy, maybe doing something nice for yourself, or maybe spending it with your other children or grandchildren. And ladies, maybe your husband. I know there's a lot of blended families nowadays. Maybe, you're going to help your husband through it. Maybe he's estranged from his first, the children from his first marriage. Maybe he's estranged from them, and you want to help him through that day. I know it's a hard day. I know how, I can only say sucky Mother's Days have been for me for quite a while, actually. They've actually gotten better. Like I said, I feel like I'm coming out the other side of all of this. Tell me what you think about me doing a live video. Either, I don't know if I'm going to do it on Father's Day, but maybe, oh my goodness, today's Friday. Oh, it's next week. Okay, we got next week. So I'll either do it Friday or Saturday. So tell me what you think about that. And I hope you are all doing well and you're enjoying spring weather. It's soon to be summer. It's definitely summer weather here. I appreciate all of you so much. And if you're new here, welcome. We are a growing community of parents that are estranged from our adult children, if you haven't already figured it out, which I'm sure you have. My name is Jane, and welcome. And we are a community here, and it's a safe place. I want this to be a safe place so we can all share our feelings, our ideas about what we're going through, our stories. And I think we can really help each other, and I think we're doing that. I feel like we are. From reading some of the comments, I'm getting, really, really positive feedback, and I appreciate it all. So please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It's free, and it'll help me a lot keeping this channel going and keeping it afloat. So having said that, God bless. It's Friday. Have a great weekend and do something nice for yourself because you deserve it. Alrighty. Take care and God bless.